How's everybody doing?
Welcome to Roll Slayers.
Great.
The Roll Slayers podcast.
Wonderful.
Episode 74.
Four?
4. Yes.
Well, that means the next one is our,
Hey,
I
Is there a
don't know what the
name
of
for that?
anniversary is.
Golden? Is that golden? Is that 50?
75.
75
Celebrate that
Tennial.
next- Sorry about that.
we'll Google it real quick.
Yeah.
We'll
We'll be
figure
right
it out.
back. Oh, Rigo already did that joke.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did that in one of the previews.
Oh yeah, that's right. I saw that.
Anyway, welcome to
recorded.
episode 74. Thanks for being here, you guys.
Dude, I'm
Uh,
excited.
Yeah, I am too. I'm
after
excited
being-
to see what happens.
After running our whole party through the Elf DMV, it can't. Well, it's got to be exciting, right?
Something's
Literally
gonna
anything
happen.
is exciting now.
Before we get into tonight's episode, as always, we have some announcements. Jeremy, you can take it away.
You always catch me while I'm eating.
Well,
You're also
I mean,
eating at the
we're
very
all
beginning of the
eating.
episode.
Eating. Okay.
That's not hard to do.
Welcome. If you want to see all of the sweet as people, those people that help us, what in the world are you doing?
Trying to adjust my lights. I'm doing it during announcements because that's the best time to not distract everyone. Apparently not.
Rollslayers.com/partners, all the really sweet ass people that are super cool and help us sound great. Beyond Skyrim, Sirenscape, Soundscapes, the Slider Kings. That's all. And the Eldritch Foundry. We like D&D. We like the toys that we play, like the little minis. It's really fun to 3D print them and paint them. And Eldritch Foundry does the 3D printing part for you, because I don't have a printer. So you can get 15% off at checkout with our code ROLLSLAYERS. And if you like world building, you're more the GMDM type. That means Dungeon Master, Game Master. Then you can go to worldanvil.com. No, worldanvil.pxf.io
There we go. That's it.
/rollslayers.
That's the one.
And you can build worlds.
Thanks, Jeremy.
And you can use our affiliate link that I just gave. Also, we have Discord. If you go to rollslayers.com, you'll see our Rollslayers Discord link where our sweet Rachel has made a really neat graphic that combines the Rollslayers D&D and the Discord logo.
That's true. She
What a
did do
cool
that.
art she did.
That is a cool
Send
art.
your arts to Instagram.com/the Roll Slayers.
Roll Slayers? I don't know. That brings me to my announcement.
/Roll Slayers.
This is the point when I usually plug social media, but I just want you all to 100% go follow Hayden Irwin on Instagram and Facebook, and then scroll back as far as you can, find pictures of him as a child, post them
Why are you
to
saying
us,
these things?
meme
Time to
him.
make things private.
Yes, let's just really
Do you not
embarrass
have
Hayden.
things private?
It's Hayden Irwin, Haywin.
Oh, that's fine. You can go look at my Instagram. There's nothing.
Facebook too. Do
Send
it.
Pictures of me.
But also while you're there, maybe follow us on Instagram at Roll Slayers and TikTok and Twitter and Facebook too. And I think that's everything. We don't have a Reddit.
Oh, we need a fun fact. John always did a fun fact.
What's a fun fact?
That's you. That's your department. We signed you up just now.
Don't have fun facts. That's a bad department for me.
Liz is going to give us a fun fact.
Fun fact, a caterpillar kind of peed on my dice tray a second ago.
Is
so
that a fun fact?
it's a fact.
It is.
It may not
It
be
is a
fun.
fact.
That wasn't fun at all.
Well, on that,
Liz,
on that
random
sour
fact.
note,
Go.
on that note,
That's it.
let's
There you
play a game.
Swing it.
Thank God.
So, last we left off, the party made their way to Solos, the Remnant City, city of the elves who stayed behind when Lenoros returned to Eltheris.
They strike me as people who would stay behind.
They do.
Yeah.
I agree.
We've been here. I think maybe we'll just keep being here.
Keep fighting these wars, you know.
I mean, there's no sign, there's no time, but, it's kind of nice.
So they made their way to the city. They met with the dock keeper. They met with the admiral in charge of ships coming and going. They met with Kinselor Silvergleam, the head of the Realm Hoppers, a guild of planar explorers, for lack of a better term. And bartering with Kinselor, they were able to acquire an astrometer, a way of navigating the vast astral sea. Bedding down for the night at a tavern called Realm's Delight, they were able to actually secure rooms, dilapidated they may be. The party was able to split up. Ruby chatting up some sailors, Vinny gambling with a lieutenant, Bells pondering atop Realm's Delight, and Remy helping cook and clean. But gathering back that morning with Bells carrying armfuls of purple bread, the party decided that they'd like to perhaps pursue the option of a bigger boat, even though it might be spending more time here in Solos.
He's putting it on
Vinny,
us. You heard him. You heard him.
Vinny,
He's putting it on us.
had the suggestion to seek out his friend Drydal beforehand, because Drydal supposedly can grease the wheels.
Dry it all.
So that's where we pick up. You have exited the tavern, Realm's Delight, and are free to move about. Are you seeking out Drydal?
Yeah. So we're in the tavern after we're at breakfast or something, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Are we eating like really big eggs from the really big chickens?
Yeah, you are, but you're also eating like kind of an oat mixture. It's like oatmeal, but like it's got like weird kind of mint leaves in them, and like those astral grapes and a few other like sorts of weird berries. So it's not oatmeal, but it's oatmeal.
Oatmeal-esque.
What do they call that? Overnight oats?
Actually,
Yeah, sounds right.
astral meal.
All right. So we need to leave. I cannot express. I'm getting a little bit anxious and frustrated. I feel so incredibly useless. So my aim today is to talk to Dryadol. It was somebody I gambled with, very kind. He won a lot of money from me, and then instead he just exchanged my copper for his shards. So really sweet man. But I was planning to go and find him so he could talk to the lieutenant and perhaps get us a boat. How does everyone feel about that?
How is he going to get us a boat? We don't have any money.
He didn't require any when I spoke to him. Maybe we could have a crew. Maybe we can hitch a ride on an outgoing expedition. I'm not certain, but my goal is to find out what our options are.
Well, then let's do it.
Or you get it? Or we could tie ourselves together and jump off the edge of Solos. What do you think?
Well,
It worked for us last time. We got out of that place.
not really. We jumped off and we
Then
floated
we-
into space, and then we had to go back into the river.
Accidentally belly flopped
do
into
you
the
think
river.
that we really would have gone in that river if we hadn't been forced to?
Oh no, definitely not. I don't
So
know. why
then it
anyone
worked
would
for
go
us
in-
last time.
Well, either way, we're here. So
Let's go get a boat if we can quickly. Otherwise, I would like
Certainly.
to get out of here sooner rather than later.
anything else you would like to do? This is a very
No.
Okay. I go up to the tavern keep, and I don't remember who runs Realm's Delay.
I don't think we got
never
his
gave
name.
never gave a name.
But I would say, hail!
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for the rooms. They were very, they were accommodating.
Yes,
At
and-
last minute.
You said you would not be needing them for another rotation. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, I'll have them cleaned. Never
Uh,
mind. I'm not gonna. Never mind. No one stays here.
Right. It's more of on a. Anyway,
I'll keep them
Could you-
reserved for you.
I'm looking for Drydal. Do you know where Drydal might be?
Oh, yeah, he lives about 2 blocks down. Below.
Below.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. I don't think we've been down, have we?
I mean, there are all sorts of platforms and stairs and bridges that connect this kind of structure below the rock.
Wasn't that commons below?
Yeah, you're in
Yeah.
the commons though.
Oh.
So even below that, there's more.
Yeah, it's kind of like this stack of like jumbled like spires and buildings and stuff, all connected by stairs and platforms.
That's how
and-
we gave
and bridges.
directions
Are
growing
they
up.
floating or do they?
It's like
They're all
ground.
Go up
like
the mountain or
connected
down the
to each
mountain?
other. Yeah.
Are they on a ground level? Or they all find their base at the ground?
There is no ground.
There's like
It's
this
below the
rock
rock.
is
So
like
there's big rock.
floating.
There's dome at top of rock, and then there's a bunch of
Like the city is like hanging off of
Hanging.
the underside of the rock.
buildings that
I
are
don't know
connected
how
by
I missed
bridges
that.
and stairs.
I
and
didn't
stuff.
understand that either because of the ocean.
I'm gonna draw that
Okay,
later
go
when I'm
for
not
it.
doing it. Okay. So
So we go there. We go to that
Y'all
place.
draw it at home. That'd be cool.
You go to that place?
Yeah, you can go there. You come to the door of Drydal's house. It is a small stone dwelling with a just a shallow peaked roof. Knock on the door. He blearily kind of comes, opens it, rubs his eye. Good morning.
I apologize for waking you.
You brought friends.
Well, Peter,
Interesting that good morning was preserved as a greeting.
No, yeah, it's
old habits.
what else are we gonna call it?
Time.
Good time. Good time to you all. I like him. He's kind of funny.
Agree.
Good early rotation.
Good.
Mid rotation.
Good
Late
I never
rotation.
thought about it. Good. Yeah. Anyway, Drydal.
Same thing.
I know that you usually wake whenever you feel like it, and whenever the mood strikes you, because who knows what part of the rotation we're in. However, my question is, you had mentioned last night that you could put in a good word for us, perhaps secure some transportation off of Solas.
I did.
I was wondering if I could take you up on that offer.
No, I'm confused. I offered that.
Oh, you did already?
Oh,
Oh, you did? No, yes, you did.
I had a lot of shallow wine. Sorry.
We both did, and in fact, you won a lot of copper off of me. So,
Yeah.
well played.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Let me think. You're trying to file some waivers and forms and whatnot to rent or to. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to leave Solas to go back to my home.
Mm-hmm. And you're wanting one of our ships?
I am merely exploring my options.
Oh, okay.
Or just passage. Just passage on one of your
Passage
ships.
in general.
Oh, like on a ship that's already about to go out.
Sure, with some of the realm hoppers, or I
Yeah.
assume they're the only ones who travel to the color pools.
Where are you from again?
Eltheris, it's a long shot, but there was a Lenoros was. It's where Lenoros went.
Mm-hmm. That's well, there's a good news and there's bad news. I can probably find you passage on a ship. It's going to take some time, forms and waivers, I could speed it up. Problem is, no boats go towards Balance, really.
Where do they go?
Well, we're already pretty close to the core, towards Balance, so they patrol around us, outward.
Could we just swim there easily?
Sure.
I tell you what,
We got plenty of time.
whatever you could do. In fact, you had given me some shards. In exchange, you're a very kind drunk. I must hand it to you.
Yeah,
Well,
too kind.
I'd be happy to return the shards.
No, keep them.
No, I insist. I could return the shards if you wouldn't mind starting some of these forms and waivers for us. Sir.
Well, it's going to be a process for you. I can walk you through them, but it's got to be you. They're legally binding, have to bring it before the viceroys and the courts and whatnot, and
Maybe
give
you
the
could just
sign off of the admiral.
Could you show me a boat? Could you show me where one is, just so I can see if I could even pilot it, or if we could be chartered, or I don't know. Could you? I suppose I could just go to
Like
the
a
docks.
tour of the boat, or seeing it physically.
Maybe a tour would be nice.
I can probably do that without getting into much trouble.
Well, let's get that going. I mean, I think maybe what we'll do too is go and visit the Realm Hoppers and see if they know what color pool we should maybe head toward. We'll head toward Balance.
All
of
the
course.
ones towards Balance are gonna drop you off, and Altheris probably.
Well, I'd like not to go through one willy-nilly and end up in a place where I'm again stuck.
They're not gonna probably. They may know, but no one goes there.
We're trying to get home quickly.
That's
What's
fine.
the quickest way we can get
Well,
home?
they don't know.
Float there probably, or take a boat, I guess. But you're gonna have to wait for the boat, so probably floating. I don't know.
Well,
Pleasure to meet you, by the way.
sorry.
Right on.
You may not remember. My name is Vinny the Beast.
I remember you,
Okay, Vinny, and then
I'm Ruby.
Ruby.
Bells.
Bells.
Remy.
Remy. Okay. I'll need all
We
those
would
names
be
if I
much
do
obliged
forms.
for any help you could offer. We just really would like to get back to the material
Sure,
plane,
we
and we
can
just
start those forms if that's the route you want to go.
well, let's take a tour of the boat. Let's just see. Let's just see.
All right.
Tell me more about it. I'm interested. I don't know. I think
Come with me. He just pushes past you through his doorway and takes 2 steps towards the edge of the walkway and jumps off, floating through the sea down towards the docks.
So is that what he's saying, that we just like float with our brains to this place?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
He's saying it's going to be quicker for you to float with your brains
Okay.
because it's going to take a while to
and that
secure
it's
passage on
not
the
since
ship.
we're already close to
That is
Balance. It's
also-
not that
yeah.
far. Is that what I'm going?
Distance is tricky here, but you're already in the area, yeah. The other issue is that if you do secure a boat, it's going to be likely headed away from where you want to go.
Okay.
But
So we would have to convince somebody to take a boat going a different direction than they usually
a
go.
short
or hire a boat.
detour, most likely, especially if you have someone headed towards either order or chaos. That could be just a shorter detour, but generally, yes, it would be a hindrance on whoever you ride with.
That's all right. We can handle hindrances.
But he
We're very charming.
steps off and starts to float downward towards the docks. If you follow, he'll.
I would take Vinny and just ask him, why don't we just float there like he suggested?
If it's not that, oh, I'm not there.
No, you are right. You're not.
I
She just said
wouldn't
that
do
you-
it out of earshot, but I wouldn't be.
You weren't talking to me.
No.
Oh, okay. So
We're talking about halfling things. It's fine.
listen,
I just love floating up here so tall like everybody
if
else,
I can
don't
get
you?
back a little quicker, maybe we can convince someone to take us. Maybe someone who's shipping out soon. Maybe we could stow away. Maybe we could.
You think that'll be faster and more convenient?
Well, a stowaway probably wouldn't work because they wouldn't know where we want to go. But if we could convince someone, I have an idea. Ruby.
Yeah.
I have a wonderful plan. I just thought of it. What if we go down to the docks, we say goodbye to Drydal, and then we put on a little bit of a show?
Put on a show.
Yes. Maybe we could convince them that of a favor by pretending to be two couples on our honeymoon.
And that would gain their
That's-
favor.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
That we got lost on our honeymoons?
Together.
Right, it could be, we could pair up however you feel comfortable, but that's not really the point. The point is that we put on a good show, and I would say probably Ruby with one and I with the other will kind of do the speaking on behalf of, well, no offense, but we'll do the speaking. And I think we could probably convince them to do this short detour.
Are they not all going to remember us from yesterday?
Only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Maybe new boats come in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if all of that goes to pot, we can just take one.
Or float.
Fun.
Yeah.
With our minds.
If you prefer.
Let's try this and then be off as quickly as we can.
Well, Remy, do you want to be with me or with Ruby?
Should we have maybe one charismatic and exciting person per couple, or should we double up on that? I don't know. What's the my instinct is to have one good liar per couple.
And who
That
are the good liars in the group, Remy?
Well, I'm certainly not.
look at him, he's sweating just thinking about the whole
Yeah,
ordeal.
it's not my strong suit.
Mm-hmm. You're correct.
Yes, that was my proposition, is that it wouldn't be Ruby and I together. We would probably need one of us for each couple.
No, it works for
Grease the
me.
wheels.
Sorry for this music.
Yeah, I will commend you. I think this is genuinely a good idea.
Let's do it.
All right, so we get down there.
Yeah,
and
you step off and you see Drydal scowling at you halfway down, just floating on his back. About time.
Okay, we are not as good at this as you are. So what?
You're really slow. Keep going. Come on. He turns around and starts to float back down. You guys
We all
reach the dock.
speed up really fast now that we're actually floating.
Yeah. And he walks through a gate past the Solasi Exchange. You don't have to be checked going out, so walks through, beckons you through, and there look to be two ships still at dock. There is Master Ilron's dock, Lindar Ilron's ship, and then there's another ship of smaller stature, but it's kind of got this gray-green hull and what looks to be like translucent blue fins on it. Looks like it could hold maybe like 20 people. All right. We'll look at this one. And he takes you to the blue one. This is Moon Eater. He takes you up the gangplank. This is the mast.
How does the sailing work?
You push it with your mind. Well, a crew will.
Well, of course. How do they do that? Is there training for that, or is that more or less a simple task?
I mean, you can train, but it's yeah, anyone can do it. It's just depending upon one's acumen for intellectual pursuits, it comes easier to some than others.
Okay, so it's an intellectual game.
Well, yeah, you're using your mind. Haven't you floated? Some of you are a little bit slower than others, probably.
May I try it?
to push the sail while it's at dock.
Yes?
No.
It is just floating here.
Yeah, no, it doesn't need to move. It's a dock. There's a gangplank here.
It won't
That's
just
just-
expand
it's just a
if he
gangplank.
tries to push.
Yeah, it might move forward a little bit, and there's such thing as, it's a weird astral elf rule, but, things in motion stay in motion.
So how did they stop it?
With
They
the sail,
used-
see?
The fins in a countermeasure, so they move around, push away, and it slows.
Oh, I see. And I can't try pushing it forward.
No, we're at dock.
I don't see why that's an issue. It's all.
Bells would try a little bit.
Okay. Make an intelligence check for me. Let's see how much you can push this thing as just yourself.
7.
7 starts to billow in the breeze, and he looks at you, all of you. He doesn't know who's doing it. He says, "Stop that." Actually, he looks at Remy. Don't do that.
It was not me.
I'm gonna show you some of the other features. Let's step away from this. He eyes the sail. He walks you to the forecastle, the bow.
So as he walks, I'd ask, could I ask either of them a question
Sure.
out of his earshot, like reasonably?
Yeah, you can hang back and try and.
I don't know how good elf's hearing is. This elf's.
You can hang back and talk
Okay.
out of regular human earshot
When are we
/ elf
supposed to
earshot.
begin this charade?
Well, now let's go ahead and pair up and at least give appearances for anyone who's watching.
All right.
Remy's already sweaty. I'm sorry.
and so Vinny
I'm
just
sweaty,
grabs
trying to make
Bells
sure.
by the hand.
Ruby can do this. Like, oh.
Okay.
I would like kind of take my hand out and like put my arm on his or my hand on his arm, like a more kind of natural, like
Sure.
Noble person,
yeah,
Mm.
sort of being
more refined,
yeah,
courtly. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys
Ruby
kind of pair up.
Floats up. She's like twirling her ponytail and just like hold hands as they float along.
I'm sorry about how clammy it is.
She's like, oh.
Sorry.
Takes the hand. It's all right.
It's not you, it's the lie.
It's all right, baby. You'll get used to it.
So these two sails control whether you go not up or down, but up or down.
Right.
There's not really words for it besides, Heaven's word and towards vice,
You could say that.
Sure.
We're aware of these the Z axis.
Well, up there, up on the forecastle, the captain will call out orders. He has a quarters. I have a quarters. I don't reside on this ship, but the lieutenant has a quarters. The astrometers in the captain's quarters, along with all the other navigation tools, various charts. I don't know what else. You want to see the bunk rooms or something?
Are there other smaller boats in the area?
These are the only two ships that
Okay.
you see at port
Okay.
currently, but there are a lot of docks, so it seems like a lot are out. Or they
Okay.
just have less ships now
Okay.
than they did at the time of building the city.
Okay.
That's about it. The lower decks and then
So, there's-
cargo bay.
So how does the captain command the ship? So the ship's where we're from. The captain can sort of sit at a steering.
Mm-hmm.
The crew is really more for the momentum portion. They don't do the left, the right.
Sure.
Wait, I guess they do a little bit,
Yeah.
but there's a wheel.
Yeah, you
Is there,
don't need a
is there
wheel.
a wheel in old
Yeah.
ships?
Yeah,
Right?
and it turns the
Yeah.
rudder.
In terms of
And then
rudder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This ship
right.
doesn't have a rudder.
There's no rudder. Okay. So how does the captain maintain control of the
Oh,
crew?
well, that's easy. He says, "Oh, you lot, more to sail. Turn to port, turn to starboard, turn to voice,
And then they just billow certain sails with their minds to turn it.
Correct.
directions.
Oh, okay. This must be a loud one. The charismatic one is the captain.
Or just loud,
Or loud.
strategic,
Sure.
one who follows the rules.
Yeah, we've met Ilrun. I guess he's not so charismatic, is he?
He's a right stinker, but he's a good at what he does.
It's like a backhanded compliment, a little bit. Everyone we've talked to said the same thing.
What? Good at what he does.
Right. It's like the only
But
thing.
they also don't like him.
He's married to the duty. It's admirable.
All right. Well, no, this is wonderful. Are there any who oversees the launching of the vessels?
That comes from the admiral down to the dockmaster,
Okay.
who registers it in the ship logs.
Excellent. Well,
May-
any of you have questions?
Maybe we ought to go to the dockmaster and see if she knows if any of these ships are already planning to leave today.
Well, you're not going to have the rules and regulations and forms and all that by today, this rotation, but, I mean, if you want to ask, no hurt in asking, I guess.
Certainly. Well,
I believe.
Thank you, Drydal. This is a wonderful tour, and you are the most hospitable among astral elves.
No, certainly. I'm gonna go have some shallow wine or something. I don't know. I'm at shore for like 3 more days.
Excellent. Enjoy your wine.
Toodles. He floats off.
Toodles. Are there like workers about the dock?
Sure. There are plenty of people unloading and loading crates. It looks
Onto
like
the ship that we're on.
seems like even Lindar Ilron's vessel is still being worked on. You see that there are minor, pieces of boards that have been scraped or broken that carpenters are working on, and zero-G and stuff like that.
If Bells tries to talk to anyone, he's going to squeeze her hand.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
Just prefacing. She doesn't
Okay.
know that. but,
Okay.
So what would you like to do? You're going to the dockmaster?
Well, let's start here. Excuse me, good person.
Yeah.
When does this ship leave out? Do you know?
I believe in 2 rotations.
2 rotations. Are there any ships leaving sooner?
Well, Captain Lindar just arrived, I think, last rotation, so I'm sure he'll be here for at least a time. 2-3 days, probably.
So this one will be this is Lindar's ship,
No, that one over there with the red sails.
but this one will leave sooner, correct?
Probably about the same time, perhaps a day earlier.
Okay. But these are the only ships that are leaving out anytime soon?
Yes, I think more will be arriving soon. You expecting someone?
We're in quite a bit of a hurry.
I'm just wondering how soon it might be possible for me and my wife. It's so hard getting used to saying wife.
Yes, we're so used to fiancé for so long.
Yeah, fiance for so long. If we would just like to get back to the material plane. We are here by accident, and it is a wonderful place, but not where we desire to spend our honeymoon.
Oh, well, congratulations. I mean, if you have the proper documentation to ride, we're headed to Evanswood on this ship. Perhaps you could speak with the captain about tipping towards balance. Is that?
How long exactly does it take to get the proper documentation?
I don't know. That's for the Viceroy Council and the Admiral and all the people to talk about. I just work the docks and sail.
Excellent. So you're saying it's possible that there could be another arrival that would set sail within the next rotation?
No. If they're arriving, they'll be at port for a few days.
Thank you.
It sounds like we're gonna have to fly.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that might work. It's a tad more dangerous.
Certainly. Well, we'll see. We'll,
Not a tad, a lot more.
Perhaps we can go and get these forms and waivers.
Oh, so you don't have them?
Not yet, but we plan to.
Okay, we'll be here for perhaps 2.
We've already got the process moving
Yes.
on it. We just haven't received the
I'm
forms
certain.
and waivers.
Yes, it takes
In-
some time.
Right, in hand. But
Yeah.
that's okay because you're not leaving for a little while.
Yeah, 2-3 rotations and we'll
Excellent.
be ready to head
Yes.
heavensward.
Perfect. Thank you.
Sure.
We'll be on now.
Very well.
All right.
Make sure to pass through the exchange before entering the city.
Certainly.
Now, the new threat. I know this might not be your. I'm assuming we're out of earshot now, or at least we've moved on.
Yes.
Yes.
We're floating
Sure.
along.
I know it might not be. You probably shouldn't tell people we don't have the proper forms.
Right, I realized that kind of. We're working on
I'm sorry for sneezing during that, but it was a gut reaction.
Why don't we just go float on with our minds in the air, sea?
it. Wait. You're this. But Ruby, do you have any ability to forge documentation?
Probably so, yeah. I mean, I might need to see, if I see a signature once or twice, I have a pretty good hand.
It's still not going to help us in the meantime.
If we can create a distraction in the dockmaster's office and we can figure out which forms we need, we could just, lift them
We could lift them and then leave in the next 2 days.
and
but
just fill them out
Yes,
real quick.
exactly.
maybe perhaps the easiest thing
If
to
we
do
have
is
these
just
forms, we still won't leave for another 2 or 3 days.
True.
Do you really want to stay here for that long?
Can we just take that little ship over there?
Yes, let's.
There was a littler one, right?
You're on
There
the
were
radar.
we were on
two.
the small one.
Littler
Yeah.
one.
Well,
there was Lindar's,
you-
and
you
then there
keep
was
part of
that
it.
smaller
Yeah.
one for 20 people.
Mm-hmm. And Lindo's probably fits about 30, 35.
So either we
Could
have to
we-
wait a couple days or we have to float off this thing and get eaten by a sea monster.
Or you could
steal
steal the
Astral
ship.
sea monster.
Or we could steal the ship.
But I
It would be kind of an eye for an eye situation a little bit.
We could always just send it back the way it came as soon as we get it. They'll receive it.
Good
We
point.
jump through the thing. It's what's in motion stays in motion. Whatever that
He did
astral.
say that.
Right. We
Yes.
could just send it back.
That is
like
how
the
things
donkeys,
work here.
like the
Mm.
mules that we had. What were their names? Harrison.
Mm.
You had mules?
Bill, Ted, Ford,
We had Harrison,
Harrison,
Ford,
Ford,
and Brian.
Brian.
Right, yeah.
That's right.
What do you say?
Mm.
Vinny would start casing the outer part of the ship with bells. And
Are we still trying to pretend like we're an item?
exactly. Yeah, we're keeping up appearances. Yeah, everyone, keep up appearances. I want to see what's connecting this boat to the docks.
Oh, sure.
And he would just pretending to take in the craftsmanship of the boat, but would also be peering over to see how it's tied up. What the-
Perception check for me, please.
All right. I think a perception is straight for me. And I'll say it's 13.
As you pass by, you notice a couple of mooring
No,
ropes.
sorry. 16. I have plus
16?
3.
You notice several mooring ropes, thick, about the size of a burly man's arm,
That's
wrapped.
about 2 potatoes in diameter.
Yeah, about two.
Wow.
Wrapped around a portion of the gunwale in the kind of the middle of the boat, and then anchored to stone pillars on the docks. And then there's also the gangplank that is connected both to the ship and then sunk into kind of a rivet in the stone.
How many of those big ropes are there?
4, from what you can tell. You also notice people are coming on and,
And going.
off said ship.
I didn't know that.
16, you said?
Yes.
16.
You do glance out of the corner of your eye some movement in the crow's nest as well.
Hmm. So
What
we
do you think?
report this back to Remy and Ruby.
What do you think?
All right, let's make some decisions. Are we gonna? We have to admit it's gonna come down to one of two things. We're either gonna wait a couple days and hope that we can book passage, or we're gonna just float. Because I can't. I mean, we could try, but it's pretty busy on that boat. I don't know how we would manage to.
Why don't we just float?
I can create a
I would love
distraction.
to.
I could create a distraction. Don't worry about the people. They'll leave the boat.
And if we get caught and thrown in their sort of prison or jail, and
We'll
we're stuck
float.
here for
Well,
longer.
before we do that, we probably won't be as fast as they are.
Probably.
How many people can you turn invisible?
2.
Rats.
Rats. Cracks me up.
What do we
Alright.
do then?
I can disguise myself as somebody important and say,
Well, I could tell you.
"Hello, everyone. It's time. I'm a special order to take these people on this ship and take them where they want to go."
I don't think if we have a lack of forms or documentation, anyone will listen to any person here.
Maybe.
Well, how disguised can you be?
Pretty disguised, I think.
So I can also disguise myself. And then if she can disguise herself, then I can turn the other 2 of you invisible and perhaps we'll parade on here like the captain himself.
JK. I can only be 1 foot taller. It's probably not enough to be an elf.
Probably not.
If I stand
Picturing
on,
exactly
if I
that.
sit on Remy's shoulders, disguise myself with really
you
long
go.
robes.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I think it's perfect.
I'm the perfect height. We'll make it happen.
All right, so that's 3 of us. And then, Bells, you can go invisible and
And we'll do what exactly?
we'll give them a show.
While I cut the ropes.
Sure.
What is going to be happening while the distraction is occurring? What is going to be progressing us forward off this rock?
On minds. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. And if any of you have thoughts, I'm really just winging it here. But if we could all disguise ourselves, make our ways to each one of the ropes. We each throw the ropes over, right? It's tied on. There's some sort of knot, correct?
We could do this. We could throw the ropes over.
Yeah, they drift
disconnect
out.
the ship. Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they.
Okay.
I mean, you could feasibly do so.
Okay.
Sure, we could do that. In the meantime, I could create some sort of let's see, I think trying to think here.
Look, as long as if you two can pose as people in authority, you can get everyone at least off the boat long enough.
For us to handle the ropes.
Right. Well, for you, because I have to carry Ruby.
You're going to do that? You're going to carry her?
I can't think of a better way, to be honest.
Okay, you go take care of this distraction and I'll take care of the ropes
Well,
myself.
hold on. I may have been misspeaking when I said distraction, but
Oh.
I
Ruby,
thought-
can you take care of the distraction?
Yeah.
Can you disguise yourself as one of these workers and cut the ropes with me while they go make some sort of ruckus?
Well, she could do that cloud thing
What if
again.
we disguise ourselves as Gith? They'll just kill us.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
We don't know what they look like.
No, we didn't. Oh, I guess we don't know.
But we could probably find pictures in their annals.
That's just going to take more time. The whole
Exactly. Well, I thought maybe I could do. I used to have a way of doing that, and I don't think I do anymore.
What are you
Bummer.
looking for on your phone?
I was looking for. The thing that does the big illusion.
Greater
I
illusion?
have no idea.
I had one that was I can't remember what it's called anymore.
Minor illusion?
No, it was like a spell.
All right, let's
anyways.
reiterate on this a little bit because we're gonna get confused if we don't do this out of
Okay.
character for a second.
Okay.
What we're talking about is having Ruby disguise herself as some kind of an authority figure, maybe
Yeah.
the admiral, maybe the dockmaster. Belle's removing the ropes,
Yeah.
and Venuthra doing what? Also removing the ropes?
He wants to cause a distraction.
Well, I did want to cause a distraction. I thought I could, and now I
You-
realize that I
you
don't
still
know
have
if I can do anything.
Do
to
you
be
still
honest.
have prestidigitation?
Well,
I don't know that any of it will work, honestly,
Oh, because of your.
Well,
Right.
why don't you... How about this?
because of my situation. But
Well, how about this? Just give it a try. See if you can turn you and Belle's invisible, and maybe Ruby and I can be the admiral.
so, talk to me about this. How wide is the ship?
How wide?
How wide?
About 25 feet.
Perfect. So,
Oh my god.
I could create a hypnotic pattern to maybe entrance some of the people coming on and off the ship.
But why would you do that if we're getting them off the ship anyways?
Yes, we want them to
I
leave the
haven't thought
ship.
that far yet. I'm
Well,
looking for
how long?
suggestions.
How long can
Well,
you hypnotize?
if
Can you
they're all-
hypnotize them to stay on and push the sails for us?
Well, no, it's just going to put them in. It's going to.
If there are people on the ship when
They
we
just become
sail,
charmed.
they're going to be.
So I
a
suppose we
problem.
could. What does charm do? Does anybody help me with charm?
No, that one will just make them be out of commission for a minute. They'll just be in a trance.
They're like, ooh, pretty color.
And then we can push them off the side of the ship, correct?
That's so much less effective than just ordering everyone off the ship.
Yes, why don't you just do that and then we'll clear the ropes and you join us later?
Or you and Bells can go and clear the ropes together.
I could disguise myself as Kinselor
Why would you do that?
or the Admiral,
Venuthra,
and then I could order them off the ship.
can you use your magic right now?
There's only one way to find out. If it doesn't work, then we come up with another plan.
You want to test something? Like Test a cantrip?
Sure. And he's going to do prestidigitation in order to. That is going to make a sound like a box falling.
Okay.
Like some cargo falling.
Roll a d20 for me, or flip a coin, whichever you prefer.
A coin, of course. All right. Tails, heads.
Ooh.
Heads.
Heads. Where are you wanting to place?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. We had a spill.
It's all right.
Let me get a napkin.
Parchment paper?
Good
Hey,
thing.
this will be a good time for us to say this plan should be very simple and straightforward.
Yep,
We are
yep.
adding too many layers to it.
Y'all are gonna cause distraction. We're gonna cut the ropes. We gonna get out of Dodge.
All
I would
right.
say
And then y'all will use your brain powers to get back on the ship. How are we gonna keep everyone else from using their brain powers to get on the ship?
Thank you.
by
so much.
moving the ship slightly faster than they can get to us.
All right,
I
let's
guess.
try it.
Okay.
Let's go.
mean, the goal here is,
As
I
soon-
would think, have I think that it's compelling
Sorry.
to have Ruby and Remy be the admiral because that puts
That's
both
cute.
of us in disguise.
Yes. And it's
And
cute.
it allows Vinny to use invisibility on the two of you to
Yes.
remove the ropes and such.
Mm-hmm.
So
And it's cute.
Who can do a better admiral voice?
Oh, does this disguise my voice?
you cannot disguise your voice.
Ruby,
That might be-
Ruby would be able to do voices.
Yeah.
I could be the dock master.
You can, but not by spell. You can't.
That's a good
No,
idea.
yeah.
Sure, but I bet she
I
could
could
do
be
some
the dock
voices.
master.
Sure.
Just be if I play a
Yeah.
female, then I can.
She could be the dock master. This is perfect.
You want to know if your spell worked or not?
Yes. Oh, go ahead.
Yes, did it?
Where are you wanting this box sound to fall?
I want the box, so I just want it to be kind of close to somebody who would turn around if they heard it kind of falling.
Okay.
But out of concern, just to see.
Sure. Roll a d4 for me.
One.
The sound of a box crashing happens right behind you.
Oh, that's not where I wanted to put that.
Well, that's not necessarily, at least it worked this time.
Well, I don't need a spell in order to. I don't need a spell in order to disguise myself. That's just a thing I can
All
do.
right.
Great.
So are you going to be the admiral?
A mask of many faces.
That's an Eldritch Invocation, my dude.
We'll see.
Just try it. Just see what happens.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to go somewhere and then come back. But I was thinking maybe the admiral and the dockmaster are taking a tour of the boat, and maybe we could see something that doesn't look right.
Like
And
an
we could order everyone
infestation
off.
of, I don't know,
Ooh, I like it.
Good.
astral roaches.
Excellent. Let's do a bit of reconnaissance on pests on boats
All right.
on the way out, and then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deal.
Okay.
Do I still have to be legs?
Yes.
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 Oh, all right.
So you make your way off, find a safe place to
Yeah. And
disguise yourself.
honestly, do you have to disguise? I mean, you could just float, right? And I could make you two invisible. Right? Wouldn't that work better to just have
But
long?
she
I mean,
wouldn't
I
have
wouldn't have legs.
feet.
If she has like roll-long robes.
It's the same. Oh, I suppose. I don't know.
What was homegirl? What was her
Whatever
name?
makes the more sense.
Kinselor?
No, the dockmaster lady.
No.
No.
Her name was Ileana.
Yeah.
And Ileana Finsalar.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, well, let's just go.
You
and
can
do
put
it.
her in robes if you want.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
So you go to disguise yourself, is that correct? And cast invisibility?
Could I cast invisibility on someone without them knowing?
Yeah, absolutely you can.
What if I cast invisibility? What if we go and we talk to the dockmaster and we ask about the pest, and I cast invisibility on both you, Bells, and the dockmaster, and then no one will think that she's doubled.
Hmm.
Can they not still hear her?
I'm losing my mind right now. This is ridiculous.
Let's come on!
Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on.
Let's do a
So
thing!
you're going to the Solasi Exchange?
Is that where Ileana is?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're
Why are we
you're
going to
visit
her?
the Dogmaster?
Why?
are we going to
Why?
Ileana?
No, we don't have to. It's fine. It was an idea. Good grief. If you don't want to do it, just say, I prefer not to do it, Viduthra.
Well,
And I'll say, well, okay.
If you, here's a good rule for you in general: is when you add more layers of complexity to a plan, it adds more opportunities for things to go wrong.
Well, that's fair, but I was maybe getting a little bit carried away. So let's just maybe go around a corner or something and get this whole thing over with.
Okay, you go around a corner. You go to cast invisibility on Remy and Bells.
Before we do that, though, we do want to find out.
What kind of pests are like?
Yeah.
Would it would be believable to get everybody off of the ship?
Sure. You just gonna ask like some random person?
Actually,
Yeah. Well,
can I
go ahead.
can I ask some random person since
Sure.
I'll be invisible for the duration
Yeah.
of this?
Yeah, sounds good. You approach a dock worker who seems to be carrying what looks to be like a large barrel.
I'm gonna like lean up against the ship where he's walking by and loading barrels. And I say, "Boy, it's pretty hard work keeping the goods safe from the pests, I bet, huh?"
You mean the Gith?
No, like you know, you have rats here, or like
No.
beetles, space beetles.
Beetles? I don't. What's a beetle?
It's like a little. I don't even know if you have bugs here. What causes problems on ships like this?
Gith. That's pretty much it. I mean, mostly exterior threats. Ripping a sail can be mended, which is nice.
That's preposterous. You don't have any ship rats?
Well, rocks, yeah.
I'm gonna. Oh, how do I do
Little
this?
rocks.
Wait, are we all here
Okay,
for
I'm
this?
gonna,
Oh, sorry,
I'm
maybe
gonna
we're not.
message. I'm gonna message Cantrip to him
Okay.
and ask him to ask this guy if Gith lay eggs.
Okay.
Do Gith lay eggs? I mean that.
I don't know, maybe.
Oh well.
I don't know
That would be
how
odd.
they reproduce. You could,
I'm sorry,
I mean,
you said
you could ask the
rocks
realm
before,
hoppers,
I
they
interrupted.
probably know.
If they don't know.
Oh, rocks, yeah. You know, like that, and he points over up towards Innereth Hold, where there's a giant rock that you're floating under.
It's just a rock. It's not a creature called a rock. Got it.
Correct. I'm sorry to lay you down there.
Cool. Oh, I guess there's just. This is pretty easy then, huh? No vermin at all.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's easy in that respect, but it's pretty dangerous still.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. You guys just really
Well,
like
we're
to.
at peace right now, so that's nice.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Have a good day, young. Oh, you're not young. You're middle age. Master Remy. Is that your no? Master who? What's your name?
Jonathan.
Make a deception check. I don't know.
It's a 5.
All right, Jonathan. Have a good day. I'm gonna load this barrel.
I approach them and say, "Okay, I don't think he suspects a thing, but yeah, they don't really have vermin here. He did say that sometimes they have to worry about torn sails and normal ship things like that, but no infestations."
Did you ask him something?
I
I saw you do the I don't know. It looked like something I've seen Cyrus do.
Oh yeah, I can. You know, if I point at somebody, I can kind of whisper, but then they can hear it.
What did
Oh,
you
Fun little
say?
trick.
an important note: he didn't know if Gith lay eggs, so I don't know. That might cause too much of a panic.
I suggested that he ask if Gith lay eggs, because if we found like a nest, like some Gith
Oh.
eggs on the ship, then it might be like, everybody
What if-
get off.
If they don't know if they lay eggs or not, they could be Gith eggs. That would probably create a pretty good stir.
Yeah.
Gith eggs?
Do we have any other options other than just sailing off with
I
our
can,
own
uh,
Oh, or we could
minds?
just run the old ruse of this is the wrong cargo. This is supposed to go on.
Will that
Or
get everybody
the
off?
random
Shut-
inspection ruse.
Ooh, what's that one? Tell me.
It's the one where you come down rapidly and with all authority, and you demand to be led aboard to make sure that the ship is indeed ship shape. Per your station.
That sounds good. Let's do that.
Oh, I was gonna make
Gith
like
eggs?
green, looks like frog eggs, but green and like real big in my hand with prestidigitation.
Oh, maybe you could
Actually, you know what?
put them
Bring it
in.
in there. Why can't we do both?
Let's do both. Let's do both.
All right.
So while you do that, I'll pretend to be the admiral,
Okay.
and I'll give my. What was the admiral's voice again? It was like kind of. Oh. Oh, sure. Was it that? Was that? I can't remember.
I don't remember either.
What's her here? Give me. I need to write down. What's her name?
Just kind
Alessandra.
of conversational.
Oh, just kind of
you know.
conversational. All right, everyone. In order.
Hold on. Are we
everyone.
disguised? Wait. What was? Sorry. What was the name of the Dockmaster again?
Ileana,
Ileana.
Ileana.
Finsalar.
Finsalar, and I will be the admiral, and no one will address me about anything else other than admiral. Okay,
And we will be invisible.
excellent.
Okay. I'm going to disguise
Hopefully.
self.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Ruby, like, takes on the visage of a very short Dockmaster.
And then I'll
Ileana
just.
with the like robes pooling out from underneath her as she's short to the
Slightly
ground.
levitating.
Yeah.
okay, and
Oh nope.
Vinny will do his best to cast Mask of Many Faces
Okay.
and
Flip a coin
disguise.
for me. Let's do invisibility first, and then disguise self.
Well, I'm gonna do disguise self first so that I can tell
Mhm.
if we're gonna do our plan or not.
Okay.
It's heads.
Heads.
Uh-huh.
It does not take, and I don't believe that's a spell slot for you, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay. So don't burn a spell slot, but it does not take.
It's not working.
Can you still make us invisible?
I could try.
I think Ruby alone might
God,
be
punch
enough.
it all.
This is
Hey,
God,
if
take
this
me,
doesn't
guys.
work, we can just swim. It's fun. It's okay.
Is it a inconvenience
Okay.
that I'm trying to get there quicker?
Wait. Just so I'm clear, when we say float, do we
Mm-hmm.
mean float in the water or float above the water with our minds?
What water?
There's no water.
There is no water.
It's all
It's a
just sort
space.
of.
It's all
It's kind of gray,
space.
silvery void.
Space.
Yeah,
All of it is.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay.
and then just stuff sometimes floating in it.
Okay. Bill's is still confused why we're not doing that. That's fine.
So
Why don't we just try to sneak on board while
I'll try.
everyone
I'll
else
try.
is
Let me,
off?
let me see if I could. I'll try and cast invisibility on each of you.
Okay.
And I suppose the Dockmaster could do the inspection. So here we
Don't
go.
flip it yet. I need to decide what. Okay, flip it.
Hold on.
Doesn't count. That doesn't count.
I forget.
Oh my
That's the
God.
only way I can
Jeremy.
flip coins.
What is this?
It's heads again.
Burn a spell slot, but do not. And the invisibility does not take.
Tyler, you're just making this scut up.
I gave him one earlier when he had the right. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
All right. I've got nothing. I'm a useless piece of scut. Barge it all
Well,
to the nine hells.
well, that's not. You're not. You're just in a tough spot right now. It's all right.
I'm down on my cack.
I don't know what's going on with you, honey, but you're worth more than whatever it is you're trying to do.
I get the sense that when they travel together too long, I don't know what happened before I got here.
Okay. Well, if y'all aren't gonna get to be invisible, Remy, do you want to get under these robes or not?
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Ruby,
I want to see
you
if you
do
start to
realize you can
sweat.
float yourself, right?
I know. So he'll just be hiding under my floating
Yeah,
robes.
it makes sense.
Oh, gotcha.
And then it makes it look like there's
hiding
feet under
within the
there.
illusion.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Remy, you
I
shuffle
think I have an idea of how I can pull this off.
under her. She floats up and then sets down on
And
her
then
shoulders.
so now there's feet down there.
Correct.
And I would just go and try to like sneak on the ship sometime when you're making this disturbance.
Okay.
If that doesn't work out, we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens. Let's make it happen. Do something.
So,
So then I will just try and sneak on and lift the ropes off while you do the inspection.
Okay.
so you walk up. You and Remy walk up to the gangplank of this ship. There's a couple of sailors who spot you and eye you curiously as you're approaching.
Hello, good sirs. It's time for an inspection. If you would all,
You? What? Make a deception check.
Please deceive. Please deceive.
Where is it? There it is. Ooh. 13.
13. Okay. That's pretty strange for you to be inspecting it. Captain? And you see a stirring from the crow's nest as a burlier elven gentleman in orange garb stands up and pokes his head over. Yes? Dark Master Ilion is here to inspect the ship. I'll be down. Floats on down to you.
Thank you.
So, this is strange. This is irregular. You have the inspection permits?
Oh, I think I left them in my office. Is it all right if we just go along and I can bring them to you later?
Make a deception check.
How about a persuasion check?
You're still lying, though.
I'm persuading him to believe me.
I'm gonna say a deception, sorry.
17.
Sure. I guess. Go on. I'll be in the crow's nest. Ask the lads to move some boxes if you need to.
Will do.
Very well. He starts to flow back up towards the crow's nest.
So Remy and I are gonna kind of float towards like the back of the ship, or
Okay.
towards where there are the least amount of people
Okay.
working. We're
you
kind
see
of
that most
looking
of them kind of come out of
around.
the lower decks, across midship and into the gangplank. So you could go to the bow, or you could maybe go up on the forecastle.
Sure, that sounds good. Is there somewhere where I can like sort of be less visible, like from the bottom half down, or where I would like kind of move something, move something out of the way, and like where they're not gonna like see me the whole time, like where I need to like move something or be behind something to like discover it.
I mean, there are a couple of crates and boxes maybe among the midships that you could stand behind.
Okay,
But you
do that.
it's an open air dock, so other people can see you on the boat from the docks in the city. So you would be hidden from people on dock.
That's fine.
You could go below deck too if needed.
Oh,
You could go below decks, but you see that people are streaming out of below
Uh-huh.
decks carrying goods. And I assumed you wanted to be away from them.
yes,
Okay.
but where they can still see me.
Well, yeah.
What?
Oh, I was just going to suggest, if you're making an inspection, you could probably, throw some of that authority around a little bit. Say, clear out of here, Buster.
She just seems so nice. I don't know that they would buy it.
Well, you could just ask them. You don't have to
That's
throw
true.
your authority around.
Okay. This makes me
Okay.
so uncomfortable. I know
Doing
it's like
great.
down to the
Doing
dice
great.
if this works, but I'm like, okay. I'm gonna go not near people, but near some boxes.
Okay.
I'll kind of like, bend down like I'm looking at them, or,
Mhm.
arranging them or something. And then I'll stand up and use prestidigitation to make in my hand
Some slimy green
an
egg.
oozing, like big pus-jewels,
Yeah.
and they're green and gross.
Okay.
Get bags! Everybody off the ship!
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
No one's ever heard of a give egg here.
Except for the people that talked about Gith eggs just a moment ago.
The one guy.
Those people have never heard of. Yeah, one guy
That's
has
the point that they've never heard of them.
in Gith eggs.
Okay,
I
what does
resent
that
that.
mean? So
Sorry.
roll twice and take the
Oh,
first
right.
one.
I'll just roll for the captain and a couple of sailors.
Oh.
Yeah.
9.
Meanwhile, all
9?
this is
Yeah.
going on.
About a third of the sailors start to panic and run off the boat or fly off the boat. The captain kind of peeps over and is like scowling down and scratching his head and starts to float towards you. The rest of the workers kind of look to the captain. While this is happening, you said?
While this is happening, Vinny, of course, he's stealthing onto the ship to try and untie it.
Sure, make a stealth check with advantage.
Natural 20
Nice.
Okay.
plus whatever. I'll tell you whatever. Sorry.
It's fine.
All right, natural 20 plus 28.
28. Easy enough. You silently float up onto the forecastle on the opposite side of where the distraction is happening and alight on the deck of the ship. You're looking to start untying them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you start with the first knot. It is a large rope, so it's going to take some work. I'd call this an athletics check, actually. This is more about pulling big pieces of rope free from a knot.
It's not something like a normal person can do.
There are teams of people that tie these up usually.
Okay.
They're mooring ropes.
I would do the same, but separate from
Okay.
him.
Make a stealth check with advantage.
All right, athletics 13.
Okay. Not starting to come free. It'll take a bit of time.
Okay.
14.
14 with advantage.
Mhm.
Easily enough, you are able to alight, or I shouldn't say easily enough. You do trip a bit and make a bit of noise, but people are distracted enough to where you alight on the other side of the forecastle and start to pull out a rope.
Do I feel like I have some time to take on this rope?
What do you mean?
Like, do I have time to get this rope and then move on to the next one? Or is it like, I need to cut this rope right now?
I mean, that's up to you. How convincing you think Githeg is going. You can take a quick glance
All
around.
right, so I'll look. Are people like running off the ship?
About a third
Are
of
they-
them run off the ship, fly off the ship. The captain comes down, and the rest are looking at him as he's coming towards
In
Ruby.
DM
Right?
Okay,
speak, he's
then I
saying
would-
you have to make it a decision.
Well, yeah. then I would just stealthily as I can begin to untie one of the
Okay.
ropes furthest away from the captain.
Make an athletics check for me.
Oh my gosh. 16.
Yeah, you start to actually pull out a piece of the rope, and the knot starts to come undone. It takes you about 30 seconds, but you do indeed get the knot free, and it drifts off, kind of yanked by the force of the pillar and how taut the line was. While that's happening, the captain floats down, looks at your hand. Githeg?
I think so.
May I?
I wouldn't.
Why not?
I don't want you to be infected as well.
Right. Why don't we'll quarantine you here on the ship if you want to go into my quarters, and
Thank you,
if you want to
Captain.
fetch one of the realm hoppers, and we'll see what to do.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. Follow me.
Where are they going? They're going off
Make an
the
inside
ship.
check.
No, they're
No,
going
he's going
down
to his
to
quarters.
Well, they need to get off the ship.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, you can. You're right there.
14.
14. He's kind of eyeing you suspiciously.
I'm gonna have to do this by tone of voice, but I rolled where is it? Oh, 20.
Yeah, he definitely is suspicious, and her not letting him touch the egg kind of made him more suspicious. But he is. It seems like he is following protocol on this to the letter. So he does take you to the captain's quarters as that's happening. You do see another sailor alight off towards the city proper. And there are 3 more knots still, actually. It does take you some time, and you are getting it, but as you are working on your first knot, Bells, you can make your way to another knot if you'd like.
How many people are there still on the ship?
About 10, 12.
Are they looking like they're going to leave the ship soon? Or are they like
No,
standing
they're
around
kind of
chilling?
holding position, waiting for the captain to return from his deck for orders.
Then I'm gonna
And you do
hide.
see the other crew members who had gotten off originally, seeing the rest of their crew not get off, are starting to come back.
Can you cut the lines?
I
Don't you have your
could.
weapons?
Yeah.
Just start whacking?
Yeah.
Or would she hide?
Hang on a second.
What are you doing?
I might have something. I might have a something to do here.
Okay.
Will you allow? Will you allow me to, from beneath the robes, toss a card off the ship?
Yeah. You can do your deck of illusions.
Yeah, I just need to know if I'm gonna have to make a sleight of hand check or something before that.
No, you're already under an illusory robe. As long as like someone's not looking, you can quickly toss a card off the ship.
All right, everyone. Good idea, bad idea, what?
Do it.
It's your
What do you-
call.
I
It's
don't know
your
what
call.
this is.
Do it.
All right. With the intent of trying to get more people off the ship,
There's no good ideas or bad ideas. There's just interesting
I'm
ones and boring
gonna
ones.
toss a card out, and it has to be random.
Uh-huh.
And that card is going to be the following. Okay. Well, this is hang on a second. Rolled a 19, which this. Okay, so I have to roll again, actually, because I just rolled the Lich again, and that card is gone.
That's fair.
Oh, this might be something. Actually, no, I didn't roll the Lich. I rolled... Oh. So I rolled a Medusa.
Okay.
Ooh, they're Medusa eggs.
Okay.
So off the side of the ship, on the dock, I guess slithering into existence, is a... just a snake-bodied woman with snake hair who makes snake sounds, and her skin is gray, and her eyes are glowing, and she just bursts into existence with all of the fury and disgusting sounds that she possibly can.
Yeah, so the sailors in the vicinity look over, and some of them yelp with fear and back up, and a couple of them say, "Go get the gods! Go get the gods!" And they start to light off, and the rest of them kind of cower away to the other edge of the forecastle to see what this creature is going to do, but eventually start to edge their way off. Some go under the ship into the like lower decks, but it seems to be general chaos now.
Well, that might have been good.
Why are they
got a
back? Why are they
couple.
going under the decks?
They're just gonna try and put
Get
some buffer
get
between
off.
I think
If that happens, I'm gonna just go start hacking the ropes.
Okay. Belle's fully in view.
I am tired of being in this place.
Flies through and shears through one of the ropes on one side and then the other.
Yeah.
And Vinny, at this point, you probably get your rope free as well. So the ship is indeed free at this point.
so. We start
And then
pushing.
I would just push with my head wherever. Who has the thingy, the Dealy
Just
the
Bobber?
get it moving right
astrometer.
now.
The astrometer?
Yeah.
Whoever wants to have it. I didn't give it to
I
He
anyone.
gave it
Vinny
to
had it in the
you.
bag of holding.
Okay.
So
I would just
Vinny
start
would-
using my brain to go.
Okay.
Vinny would
So-
hold it. He would get it out.
Wait, do we
and-
want to go if there's still
We're going.
people on the ship.
Nope, we're
It's
going.
I mean, we don't
It's
have a
done.
choice. There's going to be people on the
Yep,
ship.
no,
even
we're
going.
going.
We
I know what's gonna
tried
happen.
really hard to get people off the ship,
All
and
right.
Tyler
They
said
wouldn't
no.
leave.
All right.
So we're going
Most of them
anyway.
left.
I thought they were all still on the ship. There was
No,
like 12
most
of them.
of them left.
Most of them left. Some of them are on the ship,
Like 2 or 3
including the
went
captain.
down
Oh,
to protect
okay,
themselves,
okay, okay.
including
We gotta
captain.
go.
We're leaving.
We gotta go.
Belle's decided we're leaving. She cut the ropes and she's pushing her brain as much as
No,
it will go.
hopefully, and,
Okay.
and then as she starts to push, Vinny's like,
So could
This
I
way.
have the 4 of you make an intelligence check for me as you attempt to push the sail together, I assume?
Just general intelligence.
General intelligence.
20.
"Good, this is my worst one." 7.
Okay.
I'm rolling an intelligence saving throw.
11.
11.
Vinny, what? Well, I guess you can't bless yourself that easily. 13.
13. Okay, you start to slowly,
Oh, wait a minute.
to a moderate speed, push out. And as you are, you hear shouts of surprise and confusion from the docks, as well as see several of the armored elven warriors that were on Lindar's ship start to move forward as the guards were indeed called. The Medusa sits menacingly in space until your ship passes through its form.
No,
And
no,
then-
no. I would like the Medusa to charge towards the guards.
Okay. You see a couple of them pair off to attack the Medusa, probably 3 or 4 of them, while the other 2 continue to pursue. You see several general cries to the other ship. Make a perception check for me, please, as you guys are pushing. I should put some combat music
Remy
on.
All of us?
specifically?
Yeah.
I'm done with this dice. I'm going to roll on. It's not treated me
I'll
well
allow
so
for a second
far.
perception check.
I got a 21 perception.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
What'd you see?
You hear calls to the other dock where Lindar's ship is docked, basically alerting them to this, telling them to put out sail, telling them to pursue.
To pursue us?
Yeah,
How do they know that we're not just trying to get away from the Medusa thing?
because you're not supposed to be leaving. Who would be pushing the ship so slowly and for what reason?
To get away from the Medusa thing!
Then why wouldn't people just fly off the ship or go underneath?
I thought the whole point of taking this boat was because it was faster than people moving by themselves.
Here's what it is.
When you have a full crew, it's moving pretty slow.
Whatever, Tyler. Sure.
Okay.
Make this take as long as it can.
I didn't
Yeah,
make
there's
those
50
choices.
points of failure in this entire thing.
There have been a lot of failures. It's making sense.
But you are pushing out. Can I have another intelligence check from everyone as you are starting to push away?
All right, let's get smart. Vinny, do you have any blessings for us?
Shoot.
You mean guidance?
Yeah.
Can I?
I'll guide. Yeah, I'll guide somebody. Doesn't matter. It's a party
That's
check.
better.
I'll try.
Can I have a coin flip for guidance?
Inspiration this or something? Is that a thing?
You can inspiration.
Yes.
You can guide someone. You feel the power to surge through you.
I guide whoever's closest. Bells.
That's going to be Bell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
So add a D4 to that.
Don't tell her right now.
So what is everyone's intelligence checks?
16. No,
This one was
15.
bad.
Sorry.
15.
19.
Is this
19.
a saving throw or just regular?
Just a check.
Okay.
So you roll a
14,
d20 plus
6.
your intelligence modifier.
6.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
okay. Roll.
So you start to pick up speed. You do
We're idiots.
switch over to one of the side sails to kind of turn yourself about and then continue on pressing the main sail. And you do pick up a bit of speed. It seems like you're moving fairly, decently, because now all 4 of you, a team, are dedicated to one sail, which is, reliable. But now you are fully starting to sail away from the city.
Is Ruby and Remy, have they dropped disguise? What's going on there?
I don't know.
I am quite sure that we have dropped disguise by now. Right?
Well, I guess that's her disguise. You're not really
Yeah.
disguised.
Well, yeah, it's your
We're
business.
all for pushing, though.
Yeah.
Sure. So as you do, You pull out your astrometer, I assume, and start to align yourself towards
Balance.
What are the rest of you doing? Just pushing?
I would like. Go ahead.
What's the deal with the captain and the people?
Yeah.
Do I need to go tie them up?
Yeah, so you do see a couple people start to peek out as the ship is moving. You do
Are
see
they
the
all
captain.
under the ship?
Yeah, they're like down below. They probably shut themselves behind doors to protect themselves from this perceived Medusa.
So then I would just go like guard the doors as best as I can to keep people from coming up and
Okay.
interfering.
There are two stairwells that go down and then into hallways, if that makes sense.
So there's not.
So you can stand by one, but not.
And then there is also the captain's quarters door that is under the forecastle.
Where did the captain go?
He went into his quarters.
So then I would go shut his doors and keep him from coming out.
Okay.
Am I in there?
No, you are
You're
pushing the
pushing the
sails.
sail.
So I managed to not go in there with him in the chaos and am now just
Correct.
okay.
And he fled after seeing a Medusa.
Gotcha.
Good.
He's gonna look at you, look through the glass of his door, and see that there are now bandits or some perceived, people taking their ship and try and burst through the door with its shoulder. Could I have a contested athletics check from you, Bells? Can I have intelligence checks from the rest of you guys as you are now headed towards balance?
Oh my
Nat
gosh!
20,
Nat 20. He's not able to push through. You've secured it too tightly.
I'll guide somebody. I'll guide.
Guide yourself.
I guided. I
Guide me.
Oh yeah, I'll guide Ruby.
Flip a coin.
Heads again.
This time the guidance doesn't pump through.
Okay. I have a 16.
Okay.
6
am
again.
6,
18.
18. You guys are, you feel like you're doing pretty well, but you did lose Bells' mind power, so you do start to slow a bit. But you do see that it's taking quite some time for Lindar's ship to get ready. He didn't have the time to prep his sails or his rope, so it seems like
Permits.
they're taking a while to
It's
come
feeling very
about.
uncomfortable.
Okay.
Not leaving without them.
I'm gonna throw a kobold into the void behind us.
Okay, a kobold splatters into existence and starts charging at other guards
Oh, what? What is
who
this?
have indeed realized that the
dragon
Medusa
thing
is
thingy.
a illusion at this point. You see less guards address the kobold at this point because
It's tiny.
the Medusa, they're not too trusting of that anymore. But they are seeing the ship getting further and further away. But you have outpaced everyone, and for the time being can watch as Solas does indeed sink into the background.
Keep thinking.
So yeah, right. So while she's guarding the captain's door,
Can I do anything to reinforce it? Like tie some rope?
You
take
can
some things to
like
kind of
stick
like
some
stabilize
sort
it.
of stick or staff or whatever
Okay.
into the door thing and kind of secure it.
Okay.
You do see other sailors starting to poke their heads up out of the doors
Mhm.
and look about and question, and some of them seem like they're cracking their knuckles, like they don't know whether they want to fight or not. But your presence is well aware by most of the people on board at this point.
Which is like 2 or 3 people.
2 or 3 and the captain.
You could
Okay.
put your unbreakable
How many?
magical weapon.
Is it 2 or is it 3?
3.
Okay.
that's what I thought. Okay, so there's 3 people. So we've got some momentum at this point. Vinny is going to divert his attention to go and address the 3.
Okay. So the ship slows more as Vinny breaks away. What do you say as you come
Is
up?
it slow or does it stay in place?
It slows.
There's this
Okay.
like law here where once something's in motion,
Oh, you're right,
it
you're
like
right.
stays in motion.
No, that's correct. My own
That
physics.
was the precursor. I thought.
No, you're right.
if it-
You're right.
If it's going,
it's fine if it's not.
It's going. But you will have to course correct eventually. I mean,
right, I'll
like-
have to turn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just take a brief pause to
Mhm.
say, hello, crew. This is your temporary captain speaking. And I would like to inform you that we have no intention of taking this boat, but we are simply trying to move away from the threat and are running for our lives. And also, we must go back home. We do not have any more time for bureaucracy, and it has driven me quite mad. So that is the reason, and as soon as we get to our material plane, we will leave you and the ship exactly where we found it. We'll turn you right around and send you back home.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay, here we go. Persuasion checky boo. It's a thing I do. Persuasion is 26.
Yeah, most of them glare at you darkly, but do not move.
Great.
I'm sorry to have done
Did the
this.
captain hear that? Was he persuaded?
Yeah, he's not persuaded, but he's
He's in.
settling in.
Okay.
So then we turn our thoughts back, and I look back at the astrometer. Ruby, am I doing this right?
I think so.
Okay, I think that means then we go this way.
Okay, start to course correct. Can I have another intelligence check from you guys as you course correct?
Oh my gosh.
Everyone, think your
Sorry.
hardest.
Gonna die.
I'll guide you again. I'll try.
We're like, don't roll on the paper.
Sometimes
Maybe
it works,
that's it.
sometimes it doesn't. Here we go.
Superstition.
2 4s and a 3 in a row.
Yeah, dumb.
Tails. I don't know
Tails.
if that means anything.
Oh my gosh.
You may guide
It's not,
Ruby.
it's not gonna do anything.
You're guided.
What does that mean?
It means you roll a d4.
One
You add the
additional
little
plus one.
pyramid to it.
Tyler got an 11.
Okay, 11,
So roll and see.
I got a
Oh.
21. No, sorry, 12.
12,
Sure, I had a 3, 5,
11.
11, 12,
7.
7.
Whew.
So dumb.
Did you want me to roll?
Yeah, intelligence check.
Oh, I'm not doing the sales.
You are at this point. You guys can come back. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. They're course correcting, so they're going to need your added
Please
mental
help.
power
We
to
would love
speed
it.
along.
Okay, sure. 19.
19. Okay, so thanks to Bells, you are not currently at a standstill as you push one of the fins to kind of course correct and then push the sail again. But you do lose some speed at this course correction. But you continue on for several hours.
Is there
Uninterrupted.
anyone pursuing us as we're doing this?
You do see, as you're leaving, Lindar Ilron's ship preparing to pursue, but before you are able to make out any actual movement of the ship, Solas and Ilron's ship are just a tiny dot behind you.
They didn't fill out the paperwork in time.
It's
Right.
true, they did
Right.
it.
He's like,
Benny would look over from his astrometer and say, if any of you would like to leave, feel free to do so.
Yeah, all three of them will float off, I guess, back towards Solas. The
You
captain
really trust us with your ship?
will glare and stay.
oh gosh.
But several, what you assume to be hours pass by as you don't really have to course correct once you get that dialed in towards balance. And things are going quite well. You're able to do whatever you'd like, take a short rest, have a ration.
I'll definitely take that short rest.
What is everyone's passive perception?
15.
15,
I think.
17.
17,
13.
13?
11.
17, okay.
11. Remy, after some time, you notice a spot behind you that grows larger and larger into the familiar visage of a red sail. Lindar Ilron's ship has caught up with you.
Wait, it just caught up with us? Like,
Over the course of 2 hours, they have a larger crew.
well, I understand them catching up with us. I'm wondering
Yes.
how far do I see them before I notice that they're catching up?
A fair amount of ways in the distance.
Okay.
But they are gaining on you. They've spent probably some sort of vast amount of crew on only the first sail and are just full steam ahead catching up with you as you look behind.
So I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Is that it looks like our good friend Lindar Ildron is on his way again. For the time being, we've got some time. Maybe we can give it another good push and see if we can get some more speed behind us.
All right.
The rest of you do make out the ship just in the distance. It's pretty hard to see at this point, but it is growing larger.
So, and secondarily, if they do really start gaining on us, what we can do is we can course correct the ship, and we can just jump off, and they'll chase the ship, not us, probably.
Yes, that's a good idea.
I think that might be the best idea.
But we don't have to do that now. Maybe we try and get us going a little faster.
Yeah, so we'll try and keep pushing. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And as you get ready to keep pushing, that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Oh!
I'm so glad. I had no idea what was going to happen with that.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised it worked.
I'm surprised we got
very
it
surprised
anyway.
it worked.
You can do whatever you want in D&D if you're persistent enough.
If we can do whatever we want, you won't let us do anything.
You can